What is going on, fight fans? So Shakur Stevenson signs a 2-fight deal with Matchroom Boxing. Now, what do I think about this? Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So his first fight is going to be with Joe Cordina, and then they're saying that the second fight is going to be with William Zepeda. Now, a lot of people are saying that Shakur Stevenson is ducking Tank because of this move. But the truth is that Tank is the person that can move the conversation forward. It is not Shakur Stevenson. And a lot of people that are saying, well, you should be talking trash on Twitter the way you were talking trash before. That would get you the fight. That will actually be counterintuitive to getting the fight. It's not people fighting in the backyard or people fighting on the street because they're annoyed that you're making fun of them. That's not how it works in boxing. In boxing, when you talk trash and somebody's the A side and you have not signed a contract and you are not ready to fight, in contractually, what you do is that just cuts your legs from under you, because what they say is, oh, I'm gonna hurt you by not giving you the money that you would get for a big fight like this, and because I have options and you do not. So that's actually what truly happens. So if you guys think that, oh, he should just talk trash, that's because you don't really understand the politics of boxing. When someone's the A side, you gotta chillax, right? You gotta make sure that you're kind of massaging the A side to want to give you the fight as opposed to giving it to somebody else. So no, him talking trash would not have given him the fight. What he did, where he became more quiet when there were movement and possible talks between him and Tank, was the correct move. That's what will get him the fight, because it's the quiet that gets you the fight. That's when you're negotiating behind the scenes, not the bravado in front of the scenes. Now, the bravado is important when you're selling the fight and after you signed that contract and everything is locked in, you've had your press conferences and everything, the fight is going to happen. Then you could go ahead and talk trash because everything has been agreed upon. They've weighed their options into why they're going to fight you, pros and cons. They've decided and they've signed the contract. The thing is, if Tank and Shakur don't fight, it is not on Shakur, it is on Tank. Shakur has literally zero power in deciding if Tank fights Shakur. The same way everyone had zero power in deciding if Mayweather fought them. Mayweather is the person who made that decision. You can't make the decision. You can't make the fight happen. So if anybody's saying that Shakur is ducking Tank, is because you just simply are either just gaslighting people, you just don't know the business of boxing, or you don't understand how the politics work, right? Like, you just think that these people are having like after school brawls because people are talking trash. That's not how boxing works. Boxing doesn't work like that. The trash talking happens when the contract is signed, because when you're the B side and just everyone's basically almost a far B side for Tank, you have to massage that for the fight to happen. All right, so let's just put that out there. And I'm pretty sure that if Tank was going to fight Shakur would have gone to the PBC. Now, a 2-fight deal shows me that Shakur is basically going to be moving like a free agent. He's not going to be signing these super multi-fight deals. He's going to do the Devin Haney kind of situation where Devin Haney just signed a 2-fight deal here or a 3-fight deal there or a 2-fight deal. No one's going to sign you for a 1-fight deal. That's just ridiculous. They want to get their money's worth out of you. So 2 fights is the bare minimum that someone would sign you for. Even Canelo, when he went to the PBC, they signed him for a 3-fight deal. Now, okay, this signing with Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, is going to give Shakur Stevenson a Zepeda fight. I don't understand why he didn't sign with Oscar De La Hoya, but then again, it doesn't really matter, I guess, because they're all intertwined with Riyadh season, and he's going to be able to get the fight because of Turki Al-Sheikh putting that together regardless. So, okay, he's going to fight Joe Cordina. I don't like the Joe Cordina fight. I think it shows the limitations of what Eddie Hearn could provide to Shakur Stevenson. I do like the William Zepeda fight, but when I think about the Joe Cordina fight, I mean, Joe Cordina just came out of a bad loss. It wasn't like a one-punch knockout. It was a battering from I think Casas and Anthony Casas, and Anthony Casas is not even a power puncher. So Joe Cordina was like on a high moving trajectory, and then he came across Anthony Casas, and it was over. Like, he was just beating him from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight, and he got TKO'd. So coming off of a loss like that, he's going straight to Shakur. Shows me that Eddie Hearn is just feeding Joe Cordina to Shakur Stevenson. So Joe Cordina is a big name for the British boxing fans. Because of that, they're just feeding him, because when you lose that badly after being undefeated like Joe Cordina was, you're supposed to get another easier fight to kind of get your flow back. You don't want 2 losses in a row, but they are setting Joe Cordina up for 2 losses in a row. What I can't wait for is the fight after that fight with William Zepeda. I think that's going to be an amazing fight. And then after that fight, Shakur Stevenson is free. And there are rumors that they are setting up a fight with Tank Davis in the summer, I believe the summer of next year, 2025, which would be good, because I think the May timeframe is a powerful timeframe for Tank. It's a powerful timeframe for boxing in general for some reason, right? They got the Cinco de Mayo going on and everything like that. Mayweather was very notorious for using May, and he did well. The fight that happened in May with Ryan Garcia and Tank, that also did well. So if they wait a little bit and fight him in May, I think that will be a very popular, much more popular than if they were to fight at the end of the year or something of that nature. So it's looking like Shakur Stevenson is going to have these 2 fights. Am I super excited about the Joe Cordina? No. I am excited about it just being 2 fights, because a 2-fight deal, because that shows that he is very nimble. Like, you're not going to get him locked down, right? He's not going to be trapped behind a promotional company wall. He's going to easily be able to sign a 2-fight deal or a 3-fight deal with the PBC, fight Tank, have a rematch clause or whatever, fight him again. All that stuff, he'll have the availability to access all of that stuff. So I think this is a fantastic thing. Again, I can compartmentalize everything. Is the Joe Cordina fight good, fun, whatever? Not really. Don't care for it. I understand it politically. They need 2 fights. That's the best that Eddie Hearn could kind of feed him. William Zepeda fight, very, very good fight. And then he fights Tank in the summer, if that's what they're moving to do. This is what's being talked about behind the scenes. That's what's happening. And I think Tank is going for Rayo, which is pretty decent. It's okay, because Rayo just beat the guy that gave him, arguably the most difficult fight. In terms of not really. He didn't really give him the most difficult fight, because there was a lot of fights he was losing. He had to win by knockout. But that's the guy that he couldn't knock out after his insane streak, right? That's the guy. So, it's a good fight for Tank. Tank's still gonna do his thing, right? He's gonna still make a lot of money. He's Tank. I'm wondering how much the Rayo fight will make, but we're gonna have to wait and see in terms of pay-per-view buys. But yeah, I'm lukewarm on who the fight that Shakur Stevenson is going to have. I'm happy that it's just a 2-fight deal. I'm happy about the second fight that he's gonna have, and I'm happy about the potential that he could fight Tank, because it's only a 2-fight deal. Once he gets those 2 fights in, he's gonna move over to PBC, hopefully. A lot of people that are like, oh man, you said you wanted to fight Tank and you did a 2-fight deal. That shows you don't want to fight Tank. Like, what are y'all talking about? A 2-fight deal actually shows that he's keeping himself nimble, right? That he's giving himself the ability to move on after just 1 fight, right? So after 2 fights, what are you talking about? No one's locked in. 2 fights is nothing, bro. It's not. Nobody's gonna sign you for a 1-fight deal. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. No, what? no one's gonna do that, right? Everyone's gonna try to get something out of you, right? So 2-fight deal is literally the lowest you can go. Even Devin Haney was nimble and he did a 3-fight deal with Top Rank, right? So calm down, bro. Calm down. Y'all just always gaslighting. All these YouTubers and stuff, y'all always just gaslighting your fans. We get it. You don't like Shakur. That's fine. But just say you don't like him, right? Just say you don't like him. Don't be like, oh, well, what then this means that. But when the fighter that you like does something, that don't mean nothing. You know, he nimble and he just moving around, whatever. He not trying to lock anything in. He's just 2 fights. Why y'all crying? You guys are crying for 2 fights. That don't mean nothing. But the moment there's somebody you don't like, everything means a negative thing. It's the most YouTube boxing. And YouTube and boxing Twitter, the most annoying place in the world. The most annoying place, because nobody's real and everybody's gaslighting. Everybody's gaslighting. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think it's a good 2-fight deal? Do you guys hate the Joe Cordina fight? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care for it, but I get it. Eddie Hearn don't really got nothing to serve him. That's his best. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.